this whole project was a huge God thing right from the very beginning. Jeannie Hartwell called me from the Pennsylvania conference and said, Cindi, would you paint a picture in 6 or 7 minutes to music for family worship the last day of camp meeting, the last day of family worship for camp meeting? And I was like, no, I don't think I could do that. I've never done that before. It takes me forever to paint a picture. I'm not good enough. I don't think I could do it. And she said, well, let me tell you what the theme is. And the theme was finding God in the darkness. I was like, okay, that is so my life. How could I not do this? So she proceeded to explain to me what else was going to be happening for family worship. And while I was still on the phone with her, I started praying and I said, okay, God, you know what a dark place I am in my own life right now. I am such a mess. You know I feel overwhelmed. I don't want to be stressed out. If this is from you, if you really want me to do this, please give me an idea. Let me know that you want me to do it. Well, instantly I had the picture of God up on the, Jesus up on the cross, reaching down to me and me reaching up. So I was like, oh, okay, I guess you must want me to do this. So I told Jeannie, you know, I'd probably do it. She said pray about it. I prayed about it for a couple days and I called her back and I said, okay, I'll do it. But I said I wanted to pick my own music because I wanted to find some music that went along with what I was going to do. So I'm praying about music and which song to use, and the thought came to me, why don't you just write a song? Because I like to write music. So I thought, once again, okay, God, if this is you, you know where I'm at, you know what a dark place, I don't want to be stressed out, I don't want to be overwhelmed. If this is you, give me a song soon. So I went downstairs, and by that afternoon, I had the chorus, both words and music for the chorus. I had a couple of the verses. So I said, okay, you know, again, I guess you must really want me to do this, you know. So I proceeded over the next, you know, couple of weeks to finish the song. I was having a really hard time, though, with the music for the verses. I had the tune for the chorus, but not the verses. And I really, really struggled with that. But I finally came up, you know, with something, but it was right before camp meeting. And the other problem was that Dave is camp superintendent, and he had to be at the camp a couple weeks before camp meeting. So up to 2 weeks before camp meeting, almost every day he was there doing whatever he does at camp, you know, to prepare for camp meeting. So we didn't have a chance to practice. So, you know, here was a brand new song. I had just written it, and he had never heard it before. He had to, so we're doing stuff over the phone. We did it, you know, on a tape recorder, and he's practicing. So he finally came, and we're like, how are we ever going to do this? So we have a friend, Mike McCabe, and he actually has some recording equipment. We called him, and he said, absolutely, no problem, I'd love to help you out. So we figured, okay, you know, we've got that covered. We could do it at camp meeting, he said. Okay, so in the meantime, back home, as I'm still working on the song, I was not in a good place. I wasn't sleeping. I went 2 whole nights where I didn't sleep at all. I haven't had allergies in years, and all of a sudden my allergies hit. I was only getting a couple hours of sleep. My mind was just crazy, and the enemy just did not want me to do this. And I was so tired. I'm like, Lord, I can't do this. I'm going to call Jeannie. I'm going to tell her I can't do it. This is not going to work, whatever. Well, one day I was out jogging, and he gave me the idea of painting myself with the blood. And I thought, oh man, that is so cool. I love that idea. But if I do that, I've got to have a red dress. I have a red dress, but it's not the red dress. I've got to have the red dress. So I said, okay, God, please, you know, if you really want me to do this, find me a dress, the red dress. So I went out, and it was kind of like a challenge, you know, like, you're not going to find me a dress. I know you're not going to find me a dress. So I went out, and sure enough, Gabriel Brothers, $7, the red dress. It was, I thought it was so perfect how it was like cut there, because sleeves, like, it just wouldn't have been the same, like with the blood thing. I just wanted, it was the dress. So I was like, okay, wow, thank you. Again, you must really be in this, but I'm so tired, and you know, and then I thought I need something black to cover myself with, you know, so that the red dress would be a surprise in the end. And I thought, what are the odds of finding a black bathrobe, a long black bathrobe in the spring that would fit long, tall me, right, for the amount of money that I would want to pay. The odds were not very good. So I'm like, all right, well, maybe I could just use a sheet or something like that, even though I think that would look stupid and it would be awkward, but I could probably do that, or maybe I could put sleeves on it. So I'm driving by the Salvation Army, and something said, go in to the Salvation Army, and I was like, okay, they're not going to have anything. Well, don't you know, $4. The bathrobe, the black bathrobe, it fit me perfectly. The sleeves were long enough, it was long enough for me, it was totally amazing. So by that time I was like, all right, God, I'll do it. I'm not going to complain anymore. I won't call Jeannie and tell her I can't do it. I'll do it. So we went to camp meeting, and Saturday and Sunday we practiced a little bit. We still didn't get a lot of practice in because Dave was doing his camp superintendent thing, and we didn't have a lot of time together. But by Tuesday we recorded the song. We got together with Mike and we recorded the song in our
very professional studio.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of the classrooms, we had a table, and on top of the table it was just a small little recorder, a 2-track recorder. And to put it where it needed to be, we took a wastebasket and turned it upside down and set it on top of that. And we had a cardboard box to put our music on so that we could see it at the right distance.
It was terrible.
Yeah, very professional.
I wish we had a picture. It was rich. And I played the guitar, just basic guitar. I played the guitar, and we sang and we recorded it. Well, Mike McCabe took the song, and he did amazing things with it. I'm telling you, you heard it. He added some more guitar. He added some bass. He added an instrument called the ronroco, which is like a mandolin, and he said it's a really rare instrument, I think from South America. And I was just so happy, it was like, oh, he put that on my song. And he added this interlude, that musical interlude, which was to extend the time that I had to work. And it just turned out so beautifully. He did such a wonderful job. So we were really happy with that. And then I still didn't know what I was doing as far as painting, because I didn't know how to do it. I had the picture in my mind of what I wanted, Jesus on the cross, but I've never painted on a negative before, on the black, on the big black. So Nancy Manente, my friend at the academy, let me use the art room, and she had some books in there, and I'm like, okay, God, again, this is your thing, this is your deal, you're the one that's want me to do this, you're the one that's putting this together, tell me what to do, because I don't know what I'm doing. It was like, just a couple days before, and I didn't know what I was doing. So it just came together. Within like an hour of being in the art room, I'm like, well, maybe I could try this. I had some black construction paper, and it's like, yeah, that's it. I wasn't stressed out. It was wonderful. And then Nancy allowed, I was in the art room and I was practicing, so that I could do it. And I still put like lines on the paper, when I was doing it, some guidelines. But it just, the whole thing worked out. And then we had to build the structure, because we didn't know how we were going to get this big 8 feet by 8 foot.
8 feet by 8 feet, and we had to make it light enough because we wanted to lift it up at the end and had to put things at the right place. So we used some lightweight materials, and we got that done, I think, the day before.
Yeah.
But we had to put it together in the chapel because you can't get 8 feet by 8 feet through a door.
Yeah. And it was a big deal. My friend Nancy gave me the idea to lift the picture up instead of just painting it up. To lift the picture up at the end, and I thought that was such a wonderful idea. And the whole thing, it just all came together. My friend Tammy, a lot of people didn't know I was doing it, so I didn't have a lot of people praying, but I was so grateful because my friend Tammy kept telling me, Cindy, you can do this. She's very calm, very opposite of me. She's just like, Cindy, you can do this. You can do this. I thought it was going to sabotage. She told me, you're not going to fall off the chair. I thought I was going to fall off the chair for sure because something had to happen to ruin it, And everything just turned out. It was such a God thing. The whole thing. God's footsteps just carried me through the whole thing. It was God all the way. It was just, yay, God.